Hey, good evening, Midwest Survivor. Time for dinner chat. So, first off, thank you to everybody that's checked out the channel. Please click like and subscribe to the channel. We need 37 more subscribers to the channel. Once we hit our 50 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. There'll be a first prize, second prize, and third prize, and then all the 50 subscribers that have subscribed will also win something as well. So be sure to click like and subscribe. Get ready for the giveaway. So tonight's dinner chat topic is why they blame you for everything. And this is something that leaves a lot of people feeling confused every day, confused every month, confused every year, sometimes even confused throughout the course of your life. And that is, why do some people blame you for everything? Now, have you ever been in a relationship or known somebody or worked with somebody where somehow everything that happened, everything that took place, everything that just materialized became or was labeled as your fault? They lose their temper, it's your fault. They break a promise, it's your fault. They lie, it's your fault. Something bad happens, it's your fault. They make a poor decision, it's your fault. And over time, this will make you question your memory, your judgment, and even how you value yourself. So let's talk about why this happens and how the responsibility is not yours to carry. So the main reason that people constantly blame others is that admitting fault is a very threatening feeling to feel. People constantly blame other people, and it's easier to blame other people. You know, taking responsibility requires taking a big step and requires being humble and being honest and being sincere. And it's much easier to live in delusion, live in an illusion, and more importantly, it's easier to just blame other people. It means saying phrases like this: I was wrong, it was my mistake. I caused this, and the hurt that you feel is because of me. I need to change. This is what I'm going to do to change myself. Some people struggle with that because it challenges the very image that they have built themselves. And blaming someone else becomes a much easier way to avoid uncomfortable feelings. You know, blame keeps the focus off people's behavior. Imagine that someone shines a flashlight on a person's choices, a person's actions. Instead of answering for what has been done, you quickly point another flashlight at somebody else. And now everybody else is looking away from your behavior. And this happens so many times in unhealthy relationships. The conversation shifts from what did you do to what about you? And suddenly you're defending yourself instead of discussing the original issue. You know, they rewrite the story, which is gaslighting. You know, one of the most confusing parts about emotional manipulation is that the story continually changes. You hear things like, "You've made me angry. If you hadn't said that," or "You caused this," or "Look what you made me do," or "You've made me look bad. You've embarrassed me," things like that. These statements place responsibility for somebody else's choices onto someone else. And while our actions can influence one another, each person is still responsible for the way that they choose to respond. So blame creates guilt. When someone else tells you everything is your fault, something happens. Eventually, you begin believing it. You apologize consistently for things that are not your fault. You over-explain. You walk on eggshells. You become afraid to disagree. That is one reason that chronic blame can be so damaging and destructive, because it gradually changes your perception of yourself and gradually changes how you respond to things. You start carrying everyone else's problems. People who survive begin believing, I have to fix everything. I have to work on everything. I have to make everybody happy, and then I will be okay. If someone is upset, it's because of me. But here is the honest, important truth. You are responsible for the choices and the decisions that you make. You are not responsible for managing every emotion, every decision, every reaction that another adult person has. Healthy people take responsibility. Healthy people are transparent. Healthy people are accountable. Healthy people are honest. Healthy relationships sound entirely 180 degrees different. You will hear things like, I'm sorry, I did not handle that well. Or, I'm sorry, I didn't know that this was going to turn out this way. I'm sorry, I could have done this better. Help me understand what you are seeing, experiencing, feeling, your perception on things. I'm sorry, nobody gets it right every time. The difference is a willingness to admit your own mistakes, acknowledge your mistakes, work on correcting your mistakes, being transparent about your mistakes, and accepting responsibility. That is the difference. Owning them, working towards repairing them, and then making sure that they don't happen again. Stop accepting false responsibility. Ask yourself the most important question. Is this really my responsibility? Or ask yourself this. Am I accepting blame or accepting responsibility that does not belong to me but belongs to someone else? Sometimes we carry emotional burdens because we have been trained to, we have been taught to, and partially too, it's because we have it ingrained in a generational curse of DNA. And that can be broken. Those things can be changed. Healing often begins by sorting out what truly belongs to us and what really doesn't. So what can be done? When blame becomes a pattern, the first thing to do is to stay calm rather than reacting immediately. Number 2 is focus on facts rather than accusations. The third thing to do is, rather than arguing over every delusion, illusion, and distorted claim, set clear, concise, transparent, accountable boundaries around disrespectful conversations. Remind yourself that another person's emotions, another person's choices, another person's issues are not your responsibility, nor your responsibility to take care of. And finally, reach out to trusted friends. And trusted friends are people that are honest, transparent, accepting of responsibility, accepting of accountability. Reach out to trusted friends, mentors, or a mental health professional if you need support and assistance. You do not have to accept every accusation simply because it has been thrust out at you with words and with confidence. Sometimes liars and people who are unhealthy and dysfunctional will project confidence, hoping that somebody will just pick it up and take it up and wear it like a coat. So, to bring it all together, one of the most freeing moments in a healing journey is realizing and accepting and recognizing the truth. And the truth is simply this: you do not have to spend your entire life defending yourself, forgiving or accepting responsibility for other people's choices and decisions against things that you did not do. Real love and real healthy people do not require one person to carry any bit of the blame that is not their responsibility to carry. Healthy relationships make room for accountability, transparency, honesty, forgiveness, and growth for everybody, not just the ones that have inflicted the pain, but the victims as well. So open your mind a little bit and begin to realize and think about some things. Have you ever realized that you were carrying responsibility that did not belong to you, nor was your fault? What did you do that helped you recognize it, and what did you do differently from that point forward? And I want you to share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience, what you have learned, will help other people that are at the same crossroads that you may have been let go of their guilt, learn to accept the responsibility for the things they are responsible for, and learn to let go of the things that they did not cause themselves, nor the responsibility that they have to carry. So, Midwest Survivor, as always, I want you to stay healthy. I want you to get healthy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to stay strong, get strong, be strong, and remember, you're responsible for your choices, your life. You are not responsible for someone else's refusal to take responsibility for their choices or their life. So as always, I'll see you tomorrow morning for Breakfast Bits. Have a great evening, and remember, the journey begins with a single step, and it's not about surviving, it's learning how to thrive. Take care, have a good night.